Welcome back to Two Doctors Homestead. My name's Daniel, and I want to talk about 5 survival lessons from The Electric State. Interesting movie. We just finished watching it. When I saw the trailer, I'm thinking this is either going to be horrible or it's going to be really good. And it turned out it was actually a pretty good movie. But there's a lot to learn from watching that movie. So I want to give you 5 lessons from The Electric State. So The Electric State is a 2005 Netflix film adapted from Simon Sarnhag. 2018 illustrated novel presents a dystopian sci-fi world set in an alternative 1990 where humans and robots grapple with the consequences of advanced technology and societal disconnection. While the film received mixed reviews for its execution, it offers several thought-provoking themes and lessons, particularly about humanity's relationship with technology, connection, and resilience. Below are 5 key lessons we can draw from the movie based on its narrative themes and critical reception while critically examining the film's messages and their relevance. So certainly the film, sci-fi, futuristic, if you haven't seen it, the robots, we create the robot servants, the robot taxi drivers, the robot mailmen, the robot fast food workers, and then they rebel. Right, they decide they don't want to work for free anymore. They want to have lives and robot families and do robot hobbies, right? They don't want to work for free. They don't want to be robot slaves anymore. Sounds entirely realistically possible to me. And they rebel, right? So humanity's answer is to create sort of human-controlled drone robots, cyborgs using this virtual reality technology. And it's sort of nefarious, right? I'll just say that. I don't think I've given away too much. That should be obvious in the first couple minutes of watching the show. So number 1, balance technology with human connection. So over-reliance on technology can erode human relationships and disconnect us from reality. But technology itself isn't the enemy. How we use it matters. So balance technology with human connection. And I think that's critical, and we talk about that. And I know I always go very Sarah Connor when it comes to the future of AI and robotics and what's going to happen. Are we going to go Terminator? Is it going to be this utopian? I'm thinking dystopian, but that's just me. What do I know? So why does that matter? Critical note, here we go. The film's heavy-handed portrayal of technology as a societal ill can feel simplistic, echoing cliches about unplugging. A more nuanced view acknowledges that technology also enables connection, video calls, online communities, suggesting balance rather than rejection. All right, number 2, resist consumerism and corporate control. Unchecked consumerism and corporate greed can dehumanize society, prioritizing profit over people's well-being. We've seen that, right? We've seen a lot of that in my lifetime. Consumerism, corporate control, corporate greed. If you're a corporation, your number 1 primary directive is make money for the shareholders, whatever that takes, right? Within legal bounds, right? Depending on where you're operating. They don't have your best interest in mind, right? Don't have the best interest of society in mind unless you're a shareholder. So unchecked consumerism and corporate greed can dehumanize society. Absolutely. Lesson warns against blind consumerism and the influence of tech giants that monetize attention and data. It encourages mindfulness about what we consume and support, echoing sentiments like Tyler Durden's in Fight Club. You're not the contents of your wallet. Loved Fight Club. Great movie. The film's portrayal of corporate evil is somewhat cartoonish, with Skate is a one-dimensional villain. Real-world corporate influence is often subtler, embedding in convenience and innovation, making resistance more complex than a single act of sabotage, which is true. We've talked about that. I've mentioned the Great Loom Rebellion, the Great Loom Revolt back in the day when they first created the mechanical loom. Before that, people made fabric by hand. There was a loom revolt, and people destroyed the mechanical looms, yet here we are. No one's going back to weaving fabric by hand unless it's for fun. Unless you're Homestead and you're doing that, I think that's great. But as a society, we like mass-produced shirts, right, for as cheap as possible, reasonable quality. Embrace the resilience in the face of loss. So facing painful realities rather than escaping them builds strength and fosters growth. This lesson encourages us to process grief and challenges directly rather than seeking distractions in a world offering endless escapes. Social media, streaming, substances. Resiliency means facing discomfort to find meaning and purpose. The film's rushed pacing and lack of character depth weaken this lesson's impact. Michelle's emotional arc feels formulatic, and the script doesn't give her enough space to fully embody this resilience, making your journey less resonant than it could. Point is, though, facing reality instead of hiding from it, right? Build that resilience. It's easy to distract yourself. It's easy to hide from all the evils of the world. The sooner you face reality in any situation, the more successful you are, the more likely you are to thrive. So number 4, value unlikely alliances and community. Building connections with diverse allies, even those who seem different, can lead to strength and shared purpose. The lesson highlights the importance of collaboration across differences, whether cultural, ideological, or technological. In today's polarized world, finding common ground with outsiders can foster solutions to complex problems, right? So value unlikely alliances. I say build community. It's something I always say. Find your tribe, build your community, bring people together, step outside of your comfort zone, right? I think it's very important. I have a very diverse group of friends. Some of them might even watch this video. Love you guys. You're great. Take responsibility for shaping the future. Individuals have the power to challenge harmful systems and advocate for a better world, even at great personal cost. Right, so why it matters, this lesson empowers individuals to act against injustice, whether environmental, technological, or social. It's a reminder that systemic change often starts with courageous personal decisions, encouraging activism in our own lives. Film's optimistic resolution feels unearned given its bleak setup and rushed narrative. Critics note that Michelle's transformation into a global spokesperson is abrupt, lacking the build-up needed to make her actions fully convincing. Either way, I think it is important, right? Don't take responsibility for shaping the future. Certainly take responsibility for your life, for your actions, for the things that happen to you, good and bad. Certainly doing nothing will result in nothing happening. And that's generally something to keep in mind. So I think that's what I wanted to hit. So Electric State, pretty cool. It was a fun movie, as I said. When I first saw the trailer, I thought this is going to be horrible or this is going to be great. I enjoyed it. Obviously, some of that wasn't super complimentary, but I enjoyed the movie. I think the idea of a potential future where we have these robotics and then there's some kind of robotic rebellion and then a post-robot world, right? And this movie really featured the idea of a post-robot world. We're not quite at robot world now. It feels like with the things I'm saying, next couple years we might go from where we're at to robot world, and then we'll see where it goes from there, right? You already see drones and the impact of drones in the battlefield, which there's plenty of them going on in the world right now. A shift from the big tanks and the aircraft carriers to little cheap drones, right? And I think as we introduce more things like artificial intelligence, more things like robotics, the capabilities of drones expands. The cost of drones is still going to be cheaper than anything else of any value we have on the battlefield. So that kind of robotics, I call drones robotics, even in a very simplistic form, I think is going to be the future of a lot of things, right? Whether it's self-driving vehicles or anything else. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. So as always, thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.